in the eyes and say, I bet you ain't seen nothing yet. Yeah, I'm just warming up. I'm yet to break a sweat. There ain't a need to brag, no need to flex. And when they said I couldn't do it, I became obsessed.
What is up, everybody? It is Mad Moo Games here. We are back with another episode of the eSports Rising podcast. Today, I am joined by my lovely co-host, Suji Games. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Mad Moo. I'm doing good. Thank you so much.
And tonight, we have our very first special guest. We are joined here from Last Team Standing Esports, Grim, the owner-operator for LTS Esports. How you doing tonight, Grim?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys?
You know, it's another day. I'm officially back to being Mad Moo and not sick as fuck. So,
no more sick Moo, only Mad Moo.
Yep, we're just mad again. So, man, it's been a crazy week, guys. Crazy week. Lots of different things going on here, but we're excited to be able to bring you our first special guest. We will get to his segment later. Grim is going to be hanging out with us this entire episode, providing some extra color commentary and just hanging out, getting to be getting to see kind of behind the scenes stuff. And he is one of our amazing partners, so make sure to go check them out on X at LTS Esports, I believe, correct?
LTS Esports GG.
LTS Esports GG, there it is for my sake. That's capital LTSE, then lowercase sports, then capital GG, owned by Grim LTS. So there you guys go. There is that. Man, it has just been a day. Why don't we go ahead and get to some game talk, Suji? Does that sound good?
That sounds good with me, man.
All right, guys. We're going to move on from our intro into game talk. This is a segment where we just go around the table and talk about what we've been doing this week in gaming. I started the first week. Suji went last week, so I'm going to start again because, you know, everything here is mine. So, yeah, guys, I've got news.
Oh,
if you
what's
guessed
the news?
what I was going to be playing this week, you'd be wrong because Moo has played some R6. I was terrible. Not going to play it again. I rage quit at least 4 different games every time I tried to play it, but that's not the big news. We played Valorant. We actually played gold ranked, and I was still bottom of the leaderboard, but I got kills, so that's something. And we played just a lot of other games. I have screenshots to prove that I'm not total garbage. I'm a lot better when I play with people on my level, so we played some Valorant. We also played some Rocket League. I still can't aerial, but I scored and played some solid defense this week. So that's 3 games that are not named Skyrim. So we're feeling pretty good. Got a little bit of variety in my gaming week.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, but I mean everything's been going smooth. It's actually been really fun to play Valorant again. And same thing with Rocket League. Like, it's been nice. It also helps not being on a season that's just ugly.
I mean, I've seen the season.
It's not great either,
It's
but
not great.
Yeah. But anyways, Suji, what have you been up to this week?
Man, it has been another jam-packed full of 100 different games. I've played a lot of DBD recently. Unlocked Nicolas Cage, and I've been maining Nicolas Cage, which is or I should more accurately say I bought Nicolas Cage. Been playing a ton of that. I played some Demonologist and some Phasmophobia.
Why does that sound fun, Demonologist?
It honestly is not as scary as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I thought I was going to be like screaming and like terrified. I did have a couple of jump scares, but it was fun. It was fun. I actually played a little bit of Valorant, not a ton. I actually rage quit Valorant today. Lost a ranked game like 2 2-13. It was bad. And then probably the most fun that I've had all week was yesterday. I joined with I think it was like a 15 to 20 VTuber collab on Minecraft.
Oh wow.
Okay. And it was so much fun. We sat there and we played for like 3 hours. And then there was like the story that was going along. The guy that hosted the server, Lappin, he's an awesome guy, and he really worked hard, and he's actually working hard on Act 2 for it, and should maybe be coming out with it sometime in this next coming up week, maybe the week after. But I'm definitely excited for that too. You'll have to go check the VOD or something on my Twitch, because there was not a single dull moment.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. That is a very gamingful week. Grim, what have you been up to this week?
Well, I'm gonna sound like a fucking not a real gamer. But lo and behold, I had a lot of midterms this week, so I didn't have the chance to play as many games. But I did play a little bit of Valorant, a little bit of Rainbow, as always. The classic me thing to do. I don't know what else I can really do, but that's it about Valorant. And I tried Overwatch today, Overwatch 2, for the first time.
There you go.
Yeah, how'd you like that?
Safe to say, baby game shit. Swear to God, man. I don't know.
What?
I'm allowed to swear. Dude, it's so
swear.
Okay. I just found it incredibly easy. So it's like just point and click, move around. That's it.
Okay.
So I found it like baby game shit.
Let me ask you this. Are you level 1?
Absolutely.
It is pairing you with also people who have just downloaded the game.
So skill-based matchmaking then?
Yes, it has skill-based matchmaking, and so if I could recommend anything with Overwatch, with it being easy at the beginning, 100% is easy at the beginning. Once you get into comp and get kind of higher up in comp, that's when it gets hard and gets a lot more interesting. So if you found it easy at the beginning, I feel like are going to have a blast with it later on when you start climbing the ranks a bit.
Fun fact, my boss at work is actually highly rated, like almost grandmaster.
Oh, that's nuts. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, what was up, Grim?
No, I'm just saying that when you said, "Oh, you played Rainbow," I was like, "Damn, you didn't enjoy it." I'd happily be down to teach you at some point later.
No. I want to. I want to play it again because I really like Rainbow. That's where I personally got started in heavy on esports, and we won't go too much in that because we want to give you your segment, your time to shine. But that's kind of where I got started, and with all the esports, and I really like Rainbow. I like the way it's set up with the operators and the attacks and the defense and all that type of stuff. But
I love the strategy that goes into it.
Yeah, like being able to sit there with dudes and be like, "You go here, this, that." Like it's appealing to Moo.
So little fun fact. I kind of the weirdest way I started, right? The way I started playing video games, and despite my young age of 20 years old, I am younger than you both.
There we go.
I think.
Okay, you're only younger than me by 1 year.
Okay, but the first ever game I played, the first Doom.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a blast.
OG first-person shooter, the original Doom. That's how I started my gaming career.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, let's get into some sponsors here. Guys, we still have nothing. Just shoot me something on the PayPal, anything, and I'll plug your name here, guys. So yeah, we're gonna do a quick little shameless plug here to GLYTCH ENERGY for the week. At GLYTCH ENERGY on X. Give them a follow, try some of their stuff. I have actually tried a tub way back in the past, so I'm not going to make any presumptions about it, but I've heard it's pretty good stuff. Lots of stuff. Their new flavor out right now, available for a limited time, is Scream Sickle. So, guys, go check out GLYTCH. GLYTCH, we will go ahead and personally have our secretary, because that's how big we are. We have a secretary. We have an entire office staff. Don't fact check that. And we will have them email you the invoice for this.
Jesus Christ.
Not a shameless
That
plug.
was-
It is 100%. We'll be getting 10 grand from you guys next week.
That was funny. That was a lie.
Grim's here for the first time, everybody.
Yeah.
This is what we're about. But anyway, guys, but yeah, so please just follow us on all of our social media. We've got X, Insta, Twitter. I do that every time. We've got X, Insta, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. Those are what we're focused on right now. Give us a listen on both sets. That's going to be super appreciated, guys. I can't, begin to thank you guys enough for the support on our first episode. But guys, tell a friend, keep it rolling, keep it moving. Every little listen helps, and we're very, very appreciative of it.
Yo, shout out eSports Rising Podcast. They real ones, for real.
Wow. Thank you for the shout out on the podcast.
Yes.
It's going to go miles.
I don't know. I just figured I'd do something.
I appreciate it. Every little thing counts. We're not sneezy, sleazy. All right, guys, let us just jump right in here. We are almost there. We've got some Org Watch, and Org Watch is a segment where we have partnered orgs and some surprise orgs that we go around on the X and all the social medias and the league pages and stuff, and just take a look and see what's going on, in those worlds, in the universes. We're going to start this week in Org Watch with Predator X GG. It looks like they this week took place in their first Apex event. It was an Apex Legends tournament hosted by Eternal EEC. They finished 7th out of 40 different teams. So not bad. Not a bad placement.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's a really good placement for a first tourney.
They're scrimming well. They're finishing like top 4 and everything, but in the scrims, but again, you can't base everything off of the scrim. That's your good practice ground. You really got to see what it's like in these cutthroat tournaments where these dogs are out to play. So, but 7th out of 40, that's numbers. So
yeah,
we've got to be happy about that result. And again, on the leaderboard, we'll go ahead and shout out Eternal Esports Club. Real quick, throw the graphic up on the screen. It looked like Ape Game took it with a score of 86 and 36 kills. And it looks like, it was a rough one down there. It looks like the score of 30 and 9 kills for them was the PXG boys, but that's okay. We know what they can do in scrims. So we just need them to, get it translated. And that was a $500 VIP cash cup. Okay, Eternal Esports Club. Dishing out a little moolah there. All right. Moo's going to try to not be terrible at games and get into Apex.
yeah.
Fund our podcast. But yeah, shout out. 7th out of 40 teams. Good start. You can't hate on that. Definitely from the top 20. And it looks like with them wording it, I need to do more research on this, but hey, I'm here. But it looks like with it being a leaderboard, maybe there's something else going on there. Maybe there's another round or something to that to keep it going. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. But shout out to the boys of Vaguk, PS, Vermilion FPS, and Solicit on Predator X taking care of. Some business here. Haven't seen anything out of the academy. But we do have them currently competing, and we will talk about this later in League Watch, but we'll still go ahead and cover our dudes at Predator X here. They are taking place in the Outlast Classic Series qualifier number 1 at the moment. And taking a look into some games here, guys. Game 1 looks like it went in favor of them. And is that a 20 bomb? That's
Looks
a
like
20
it.
bomb.
That is indeed a 20 bomb.
That's a 20 bomb.
Insane.
Big Boy Broad PXG dropping 20 on kids. That is absolutely crazy. Don't have any names for this other team, but yikes.
It's not even, doesn't even look like it was a shutout either. Like, that was a close game.
No, it was a close game. Yeah.
Really picked up the slack for his team there a little bit.
So it goes 20, 10, 10, 6, 5, 18, 10, 10, 7, 9.
Yeah, that was
kills.
That was a game. That was a game to the end there. That was their game 1 in OCS. So that's a 1-0 here for the boys. And we had a tough game 2. It looks like not a whole lot of business going on there. Looks like the map was cafe. One to forget for the boys. But you know what? It happens. They picked up that round. I think that's big enough, especially from getting shut out in the beginning of the game to finding that win right at the end says enough, right? You don't want that shutout. You don't want that at all. Get that round, even though it's a little bit of a pity round, it still helps. That was their game 2, so we're 1-1 as of now. Getting into game 3, the boys bounce back. And it looks like it's a little bit of a back and forth here, but they kept it. I believe it's over style. We're just going to say that because we don't know. We'll figure that out later probably. And it looks like we've got Big Boy and Nebsy taking care of business with the pair of dual 14s there. And everybody else reeling it in from behind. Big 8-6 win. Didn't take it all the way. Kept it competitive, but the boys out there doing good again. So we're 2-1 now. Moving on to game 4. An 8-7 victory. Another close one.
They're against Army of 5.
You know what? And hang on here. We're going to... I see that one now. We're going to talk some drama here, maybe, guys. I don't mean to stir the pot, but look at this name, Suji. Do you remember that? We saw Valeno SSG with Cause the other qualifier or 2 ago.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on there.
Might be a roaming
pickup,
roaming fifth or something.
And oh my lord!
I mean,
hang on. Yeah, 24.
That's crazy.
He 24? Literally picked up an army of 5, more like an army of Valeno SSG. Holy cow!
Well, I'm pretty. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the current kill record in all of Pro League is currently 26-27 kills.
Wow. Okay, so he's almost there. I mean, this obviously isn't, but like it matters, right? Yeah. That's a stat. Yeah. You can put that stat on your profile. But again, Big Boy 17 bomb doing some stuff for PXG out there. But again, looked like a close game. And let me talk about what it takes to go up 3-0 and then drop 6. That's got to be tough. Mental, being able to
talks the mental.
Yeah, absolutely. Being able to pull it back, take 3 back, tie it up, and go into the overtime and get both of them done. That's pretty good on the boys, especially when you've got that guy. I mean, you've got to be talking here. This is where I imagine Valeno's going off. And they're like, okay, how do we shut this guy down? How do we stop him from absolutely dismantling us? So very good on that. That's crazy. Shout out to Valeno SSG again, hanging out with Army of 5, as we believe. Game 5 looks like they didn't have their IGL in. And they got taken here by I
Mhm.
believe this is I've seen some stuff on this because we're going to cover the little qualifier here later on our league watch, but it looks like this was the NIP Ninjas in Pajamas academy team.
Here's
So
the thing. I'm going to drop a little knowledge on y'all here.
do
Cafe
it.
is a really, really hard map to play. It really is.
I've never liked
Especially if
it.
especially if the roster hasn't been around for a while, it's really hard to play. Yeah, like I've seen good teams struggle on it, bad teams struggle on it. It's a really hard map. And
I mean,
credit to
it's
PXG,
massive.
they're a really good team. It's not just that. It's the fact that there are so many chokes points on that defense rounds that it
That's
is very
valid.
hard to even play or attack.
Yeah, I
So
get that.
good on them for even getting those 2 rounds, even if it is 2 rounds, and they just it's still good on them. Like it's just incredibly hard to play that map.
I mean, especially if we're talking and the logo and everything matches up. If this is an IP Ninjas in Pajamas Academy team, like that's a good result there. Like they're that for a reason. So yeah, definitely good. And again, big boy hanging out at the top again. We're going into game 6, and we have got
Oh,
a
true synergy
close
gaming.
game, and it is True Synergy Gaming that takes the cake there, going 7-5. Big boy still up there with 11. Looks like there was a 3-11, an 11 bomb from Mute, and an 11. It looks like they still have a sub in there as well with the Dafrex, just playing some support in there. Icy Crew and Seinfo taking charge there
Stealth
for True
Aura is
Synergy.
also there. Huh? All
Oh,
right.
see, look at that. Yeah, we're out here. We've got
Yeah.
the inside scoop to the scene. We're finding some little shakeups, guys. What's going on there?
Oh no, yeah.
We're gonna be
I
the
do know Stealth is currently exploring his options.
he's
Nothing confirmed
exploring.
yet.
Lovely.
Oh.
Oh man. All right. Well, Stealth, hit us up. We're gonna be the new esports tabloid. So I heard you were leaving. Why? Anyway,
Right.
7-5.
It's not that he's leaving, it's more that he's exploring his options, seeing what's happening if there's better offers from the looks of it. Because, like, again, I don't know. I'm not too sure about the full story.
And that was the thing that always got me as an org owner, but especially because I was an org owner. At the end of the day, that was my goal, is to get players elsewhere. It definitely sucks, but at the end of the day, like, it's that way in everything in life. With your job, you've always got one at least one toe out the door, right? Looking for something. Like, even though I'm in love with my personal job, if some job offered me a good chunk of change to come and work for them, I mean, I need money. Like,
Yeah.
and granted, there may not be money involved, but he still needs opportunity and all those other things. So, like, it's the world, man. It for sure is. And I know they're still actively playing in one, so we may not be able to bring the last screenshot to you guys, but here's their game 7. They bring it back.
Oh, Jesus. 7-2 on what map? Cafe. Way to go, boys.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got her back. And in a big time, we got Mute up at the top, taking care of business this game. I know we've gave him some shout outs in the past. It looks like there's a 0 marksman and some SL boys. I'm not sure what the team is. We'll be able to clear some of that up later. But
I'm going to be
overall,
completely honest. I don't know either.
yeah, there we go. If our inside man doesn't know, we don't know.
Right.
But yeah, there we go. We've got our OCS quals here.
Well, if we're
And
talking org watch, if we're going to continue this topic, I got a little insider information on my team.
you're up next, baby. Just you wait.
Okay.
Just you
Can't wait.
wait. But yeah, there we go. And it looks like that's all. We still haven't seen anything from PXG Valorant. I'm gonna have to hit Don up and be like, bro, We want some
What's
Val
going on?
content. Get those boys in a league. But I'm
Yes.
sure they're a new roster they just picked up, so they're probably ironing out some details, definitely hitting up the scrims. We're going to see if we can get in touch with them and maybe see how those scrims are going for you guys. But that is it. And, well, next up, none other than the org owner that's sitting here chilling with me. So rather than me and Suji spewing on about it, Grim, what org watching? What's been going on at LTS?
Unfortunate news and some good news. Well, we unfortunately had to let go of one of our second entry frags and our IGL. Both for personal reasons. No hate to them. Both of them are good players. If they decide to come back, huge vouchers from me. It sucks because one of them, they're playing for a college team and they're trying to balance that with LTS. It was very stressful. So I understand why he left. The other one left due to him getting another job opportunity that kind of stepped into our scrim and league times, which unfortunately does suck. But,
Yeah.
can't do much about it. Big shout out to those guys, Ender and Orca. Much respect to them. Now, we do have already a second entry pickup by the name of Fraggers. He's more of an unknown talent, and I had him in two scrims, one today and one last week. He did amazing work. Such good work. Dropping double digits consistently. He's a really good player. I'm quite happy with this pickup. And however, the flex role is up for debate right now. That's we're currently looking. We had a tryout with someone I'm pretty happy with today and a tryout later on Tuesday.
Okay.
So that's kind of what's happening on the LTS Rainbow side. And of course, myself, I decided to step into the IGL spot. And
there we go.
I feel like I'm doing all right. I could do a little bit better on the attacking side, but that's just something I can work on myself.
You know what? We won't get into this too far because obviously we've got some more stuff planned for you later. But when I was a owner player, or let's just talk about player in general, that was always my hardest part about IGLing was the attack, because like you have your job to do, but still you have to like plan, watch, and communicate with everybody else. That's hard. Defense is a little better because you're like, hey, this is the game plan.
Yeah, especially because I'm the entry frag, so it's quite difficult for me. Right.
Yeah.
Now entries can IGL. Right. I'm not running and gunning per se, but like I try to be as vocal as I can, and attacks are quite hard to kind of mediate the damage. But again, I found myself IGLing pretty decently on the second and third map. However, the first map I could have done way better.
There we go. No news for the Rocket League side of things this week, right?
Unfortunately, no, because they had to forfeit due to player issues, like not having anyone have like the internet and some people being busy. There was a little bit of a power outage. I think there was a power outage somewhere in Europe that caused them to forfeit. I'm not too sure what the full details are.
Yeah, that's all right though. Well, we'll get it back. We're not mad about it. We're ready.
For sure.
We're ready for that first win. We are pulling for the boys, Meowsy and Co. Hopefully we'll get another game out to you guys soon. And you guys have anything else exciting going on over there at LTS?
Well, I mean, despite the roster changes, the Rocket League right now, it's been pretty quiet. I mean, like I said, I IGL'd for the first time, and again, we pushed a map to OT, we won a map, and then we lost a map. It's trying to figure out our kinks and see what works.
Yeah, we get it. Those are the fun times. I mean, obviously it's tough to shake up a roster when you've got so many things going on, but it's got to get done, and you've got to get going into that. Well, guys, that is all we have right now for our org watch. It's now time for Suji's favorite segment of the day.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and let him take over with our streaming and content news. Take it away, Suji.
Okay, so today we are actually going to be talking about a good friend of mine who was a part of that Minecraft collab I was talking about earlier, Soporific CH. Now, let me give a little backstory, because I am, I guess, now referred to as Papa Shuji. And that all happened because Sopo came and raided my stream, and I guess brought all of his children over, and they started calling me Papa.
Well, there we go.
So I will also say his streams are 18 plus. So again, if just keep that in mind. But
So if you're
he is
under the age
amazing.
of 18, click off. Don't look.
Without parental consent.
Of course, but I'd still not recommend it if you're under the age of 18, because there's a reason it's 18 plus.
Yes,
Just double click.
I will go ahead and read his about me real quick. It says, "Hello, basement dwellers. I am Soporific, a VTuber around these parts, as well as a Dr. Pepper Prince, but also known as Sopo. I will be doing plenty types of content around here." And he really does a ton of different content. It is so fun to be in there, watch, and chat, because his chat is always so active and fun. And he's only at 75 followers and has a constant chat going at all times.
That's crazy.
That is crazy and amazing. Already hit affiliate and is really, really working his way. But a couple of tips that I have. I think I might have said these last time too, but find your community.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stress it enough. If you find your community, they will accept you. I got invited to a VTuber event with
That's pretty dope.
so many other people and got to introduce myself to all of them. And in fact, I did a collab with one of them today for my stream today. Just because now we know each other and we can do more content together. I'm doing another VTuber collab tomorrow on party animals. Find your community. Mine is VTubing. Mine is the small VTubes. Find your niche. Find your niche. Find your community, and then you can start branching out. I was not a variety streamer until after I found my community. I only streamed Valorant.
Mm-hmm.
Now you heard me during Game Talk. I'm playing 5 to 6 to 7 different games a week, just because I have other people to play with and stream with, and it is so much fun to do that too.
See,
I gotta say,
people from each stream go back and forth. It's so much fun.
Right. Just respect to you, Shuji. Right. Me personally, I don't know. I've been struggling with that. Trying to find that community whenever I stream.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I've gotten affiliate and I've had the subs and shit like that, but I've never it's very hard for me to maintain an audience. For some reason, I feel like me as a content creator, I'm not very entertaining, and I have a little bit of mental jumps, leaps, and because I'm quite free spirited and very hyper, I guess you could say, I tend to get a little pissy sometimes when I do bad, right? And
okay,
I have huge respect for you. I don't know how you do it. Me personally, I've been struggling with it.
Can I offer some advice there?
Oh, absolutely.
I heard 2 or 3 things that would be great to really amplify on your streams. One of them that you might not think is the anger. You getting angry at games. There are so many people out there who find that hilarious, who find that fun and entertaining. I get a little frustrated at games, but I don't try to push that towards my stream, because that's not my community. That's not what people come in to watch for me.
I don't want that either. I want people to come in, relax, have a nice day. If they have a really bad mental day, listen in, enjoy some laughs, listen to somebody maybe shit talk a little bit, be a little bit competitive, or just enjoy the jokes that happen.
Do you do face cam? Do you do nothing on the screen? What do you do?
See, I like to keep my anonymity, where I don't like to show my face, let people watch what is being shown. And yeah, I have like a little icon of my logo in the corner with like my overlays and shit. But I do plan on starting a hand cam, just having one over the
Okay.
mouse, seeing how my movement, stuff like that.
Have you ever thought about VTubing?
I've thought about it, but never actually like done anything towards it.
Okay.
Okay.
If
I have to interject real quick.
Okay.
This segment has now become Suji trying to recruit into the VTuber army.
No.
Just sorry.
Okay. Let me keep going. What do you do whenever you stream?
Maybe off of podcast we can talk about this more, because we do.
Yeah, of course. Time. But all that I have to say is that there's definitely the work that has to be put in. I post to like 15 to 20 different Discord servers every time I go live. I post on X every time I go live. I haven't been doing that as recently, but I need to start doing it again. But I would post every time I went live. I streamed 7 days a week for at least 2 hours.
Yeah, I can't do it because of college.
And I understand that. I used to do every other day. I mean, I would even stream. I would stream at niche hours, just to hit the goals. Because until you hit affiliate, it's really a grind for the goals, and it's also you love bringing in communities and stuff, but you have to work for it. That's the last piece of advice I'll give in my segment is you have to work for it. It is not something that will just get handed to everybody. Some people, yes, but not everybody.
Understood.
Mm-hmm. Growth, the things. I mean,
this has been my TED Talk. Thank you.
Yeah, guys. I mean, being a content creator and being a streamer is hard, and even this, like, it's exhausting. Like, me and Suji are well gifted enough to be able to do some of our research on the fly and everything because our schedules are booked. But we're getting this done for you guys, and just any content, media, anything is a lot of work. It really is. So the people that are out there grinding and getting it done, shout outs, full shout outs. But yeah, that was the streaming and content news. And just to spell it out, that is lowercases SOPORIFIC capital C lowercase h.
Great guy. Go give him a follow. Go give him your support.
Oh, no.
I gave him a follow.
Boom. There we go. That's 2 follows for him tonight from this podcast. Boom. We out there. Got no fun facts, guys. Let's get into my favorite segment, even though I created this whole podcast and it should be the whole reason the podcast is here. Nah, we're about Reddit. Psycho by Shaka Brahm. Here we go.
I don't know what that means.
It's a nutty clip.
Yeah, it's just a nutty clip.
There we go. Boop.
Okay, good save. Damn.
It just goes in.
It just right in.
Just
that's awesome.
Right
Thank you.
in. Off.
We love those.
Now I know this is technically football, like for the year. Great. Real quick context: I'm originally from Europe, so I call it football instead of soccer. So
yeah, no, that's fine.
Now I'm not a big football fan, but like, here's my take: that motherfucker just hit it like Kobe from the back court.
Absolutely. Like, look at this. It's an angle game here too. Like, I don't even think it's a save. Like, it's off. Like, it's not going in. It was kind of a save. Yeah, he redirected. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a double. Like, yeah, we got that. That was a full-on psycho.
Man like
Comments.
Kobe.
You think that was sick? Calculated? Absolutely. I consider it a psycho. You redirected it off of a touch on your own back wall. The pre-flip to make it happen is just insane. Icing on the cake. Accidental lot. Amazing shot. Can't believe it. So there we go. There's your psycho.
Man, we love Rocket League communities.
You know what? They're
Dude,
actually being nice.
so much
Cleanest
better than
psycho I've
R6.
ever seen. That was unreal. Made a training pack, almost did it in this one on purpose. So yeah, your psycho, for the people that don't know, is scoring off of the redirect. Boom. So that was pretty good. You know, honestly, this is a calm. We can't even do this except for that guy saying he's a Switch player.
Oh man, that's unfortunate.
And there it is, another guy asking, "What's a psycho?" Shoot on your own backward, full power, redirected toward their goal on its way back. So there we go. Quick little Rocket League clip there for you guys tonight. And then let's do our Guess My Rank Valorant here, posted 7 hours ago by Babashika. Here we go. Guess my rank. Though I got pretty lucky being at 1 HP. Here we go. Oh, that's a long clip.
Find another guy. Sure.
Cover going out.
Okay, we're going in now. We're going in. CC, you smoke for side.
I bought it, so there shouldn't be anybody in good angle.
I'm gonna TP to the middle of the side. Okay.
Lock in sight.
Okay, how do I play on this map? She jumped at me. Okay.
One down.
Wall's coming down soon.
Wall go down now. Down now. Wait Done. Oh, wow, one more CT. Hello? Phoenix is where? This one is spawn.
30 seconds
No,
left.
1 HP, please.
One enemy remaining.
Nice shot.
That was a good shot.
Last guy CT.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
shot. I don't know why they waited so long to plant.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's really well.
So,
Rocket League has only puppies.
I guess, do you want me to guess first, or do you want to guess first? Should you remove?
We can go backwards order from the last one if we want.
Sure,
works.
we can do that.
All right, Suji, take it away.
Just right off the bat, I'm just gonna go ahead and say my guess is probably gonna be Silver 3. Just because, I mean, frankly, it was a good clip. The team was talking. That was great. Great communication. But the calls were a little off. I do get it's a new map, but it was just really weird them trying to figure out the call outs on where everybody is, and then the fact that they waited so long to plant because they had site control for so long.
Yeah.
And I mean, they really had site on lockdown for a long time. Jet covers while they plant back corner behind boxes. I mean, there's so many things that they could have done there. That probably would have been a little bit better to secure the round. But yeah, Silver 3 is my guess. Not Silver 3, sorry, Silver 1.
The one.
I keep mixing it up.
Right.
I've been looking at Rocket League ranks.
All right. So yeah, I see that. There's definitely communication. So this definitely is a ranked game. They were kind of communicating like it was ranked. I agree with what you said. He's got pretty decent crosshair placement from what I saw. It looked like he was able to tap heads and compete in fights pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say gold. I'm going to say in gold. And if I have to put a number on it, we're going to say gold 1. What do you got?
You're saying gold 1 into plat?
Gold 1 to the top. Sorry, gold 3. There we go. I did it.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Gold 3. Fresh into gold. Grim, what do you got?
So, my take, right? Based on the comms, how he played, I'm gonna say also like gold, but like middle gold, so like gold 2.
Gold 2?
Because
We're
shots
all
were-
one rank from each other.
Yeah, but the reason why I'm saying gold 2 specifically, comms were there. He had good shots. They're communicating effectively. You don't see that in lower ranks. In higher ranks, you'll see more like faster comms if you're in like. This is based on my knowledge in Rainbow rank, and I'm kind of transferring it over to Valorant, which
Sure.
makes no sense.
Different
but
viewpoint. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, my take is that this guy is in the middle of gold. Nothing higher, nothing lower. I think the comms were good, clips were good, shots were good. That's my take.
All right. Do we get pranked again? Let's see. Probably low silver. Right there. First tip. Yeah, you're right. Silver 2. Any
There we
tip.
go.
Your aim is good, but you look confused, nervous after every kill. Seems like you lose track of the enemy and unaware of where your teammates are. I think having a game plan, work out map orders will help a lot. Does he say anything else? Try not to slow peek angles. That actually is something I'm terrible at. I slow peek everything in every game.
Yeah, you need to
and then
you need to wide
rage
peek.
quit.
If you wide peek and do it quick, everybody usually aims right next to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And so while you're moving and getting on them, it's going to take them a second to be able to move to where you are. You'll just have a little bit of a time advantage, not a lot though. So you really have to make that for a shot count.
Yeah, so silver right there, silver 2. Nice. He didn't beat around the bush with it. He let us know. No
Suji
question
wins?
there. Suji gets the dub for sure. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings a close our Moo's favorite segment. But don't worry, whole podcast is coming. It's just guess my rank reviews.
It just gets my ranks.
Seriously, guys, if you have any clips, send them in. You know, and you can get it to us on Discord, whatever. Just be prepared to send your rank somewhere. If we know you're doing that on any game, we'll do it. Like, we won't look at it because this is honestly fun. It's analyzing. It's good exercises and stuff to do to keep us on our toes here. And again, that was the Reddit is Wild segment. I don't think I explained this one, but that's just a little segment where we go on Reddit and take a look at clips. Sometimes they're rank reviews, sometimes they're dope clips, sometimes they're memes posted by memer guy _1. Should have read into that more. And from all different games. But like I said, if you got some cool clips on Reddit or anywhere else, send them in. We'll put them on the podcast, give you a shout out. But yeah, that was Reddit is Wild. And then here we go. We've got League Watch today. And that's going to be our segment where we talk about our featured leagues. And our currently only featured league we have right here is going to be X Series. And that's going to be by with Don's Adventures here, XS Tournaments on Twitter. They did have their first 10-man go live, which is awesome. They played their first little 10-man event from their first little 10-man servers. So they finally got that launched and off the ground, and we are still waiting for the 17th to get that started up. So we're excited for that league, and I believe you guys are competing in that, correct, Grim?
Yeah.
Boom. So lots of content coming out for everybody, but no real new updates except for the fact that, you know, they're live and they're pushing that 10-man server out for you guys. So again, I got no new news for them. But we're also going to do another little shameless plug here and plug our Outlast Classic Series here by Outlast Gaming here. We're going to take a look at the overview one more time here real quick. Open Qualifier 1. See if we can get the course here. Oh man, there's lots of rounds. We are still avidly going on. There's our round 7. Looks like that round 7 there was the PSG versus the Legion here. Looks like Outlast is
Oh,
going to be
that's who
playing.
it is. Oh my god, I feel stupid. SL
What?
Safari Legion.
Oh, SL. Yeah, there we go. It's brought in. I thought that was the one they were just playing in. So it looks like they're currently playing. So we might have some stuff to talk about later. But it looks like Army of Five Academy is taking on some Godspeed. Mafia is taking on Psycho. Co and Co get a default win here.
NIPA CAD right there.
Yeah, NIP Academy. It is the real McDeal. And they're playing Outlast Academy on Cafe again. Do they like Cafe? Is that why they took? Is that why they
what's
took
going on with
NIP
Cafe?
Academy to Cafe? Because is that their map? And NIP was just there. What's NIP playing on Cafe? What the heck? Maybe that's their map too.
Wow, Cafe being played a lot nowadays, eh?
way too much Cafe for Moose taking. Granted. But so yeah, and Scythe Academy looks like they got the 7-4 loss there to Ight. Too easy. Outlast
easy.
Academy taken on here. True Synergy take back. All that fun stuff. There's some results for you. It looks like NIP Academy did get the 8-7 victory on Oregon over Outlast. I feel like Outlast, NIP, and True Synergy are the dogs in this one. Let's take a look at some of those standings here so far through 7 complete rounds. Or I believe some people have 8 here. AEZ taking at the top was 7-1, 7 lives remaining. Los Patrons 6-2, Outlast Academy at 5-2, Dan the Destroyers at 5-2 as well, and NIP Academy 4-4, Scythe Academy 4-4, and Predator X Main 4-3. And there's the rest of them if you guys want to take a look at them here. Let's go take a look at NIP Academy here real quick. It looks like they split right now at 4-4. See what we got going on here from them. It's taking a minute to load, guys. I apologize.
OPL, no, it's not your fault. It's OPL. It's very slow.
Well, there we go.
Okay.
That makes me feel a little better here.
Yeah.
Not to go too deep into their XGS because that's not what we're focusing on. They start off the day with a 7-0 win against Take Back Control. Yikes. Big dubs. Oh my gosh. And then they get 7-0'd right back against.
Okay, but to be fair, that's Dan 3041. That's not that surprising.
Do we know anything about them? Should Moon know?
Dan
give us
is
the tea.
a pretty decently sized content creator for Rainbow. I think he has over 10,000 followers on Twitch. He's very well known, a very good player.
All right.
He's been around the tier 3 scene for like ages. I'm surprised he hasn't moved up in Challenger League yet.
Okay, well there we go. NIP taking down Godspeed. Mafia getting him 7-5. They take Predator X 7-2, and then they take Outlast Academy, and then they lose to too easy here. Back to the team profile here to take a look at this real quick. We've got Prism, Wumbo, Unlimited, 4F, Warrior, Amkey, Nogswa, and a stand-in of Trade Bait. So, nice little roster there. We'll go back to our main page, and let's take a look at our top-ranked team, Too Easy, at 7-1. They do have a loss here. We've got a Franklin manager, target ban Aiden, Mystic, Gage, Uzi, Corrupt, Bless, and Clutter.
Out of all those names, I only know Corrupt. I won't lie to you.
only know Corrupt. Okay, well there we go.
Only heard of Corrupt.
We've got a couple, and again, they're 7-1. Who did they take the L to? Let's find out here real quick, guys. Outlast. Wow. And Outlast has a couple more losses, so it looks like this
by
is easy.
a good little bit too.
Yeah, 7-2.
7-2.
They 7-0 Mafia. They 7-2 the Destroyers. 7-4 Patrons in second place. 7-1, 7-5. There's not a close game except them getting beat by Academy pretty tough.
Yeah.
Can let's spy on them. What map was this here?
Sure.
Let's see. Can we get the
Cafe?
Oh my god.
Oh, it was
So
Cafe.
much
Cafe is
Cafe.
the map. Yeah.
It was actually Cafe.
Oh, I don't know. Oh no. Did you just Oregon.
No,
It shows the whole thing. Wow.
I was trying to be funny.
No, you're good. Yeah, Oregon. Wow. Got him.
Yeah.
Got him
Yeah.
here.
Here's
and
my
here's
take.
we got an old PX Jeezys.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Grim, but Oregon is definitely a map that a lot of people play and a lot of people create a lot of strategies on.
It is
At
so
least-
fun little fact. Oregon Clubhouse are your default maps. You will see those two maps get played the most. Everyone knows it. Everyone's very comfortable on it. Granted, a team that is just significantly better on strat work will definitely outplay you. And that's what will happen.
Okay.
I mean, that is fair.
All right, guys, and we'll take a look. Do a dive into one more team here. We have got.
So it's not even Dan 3041. It's just Spixie. Okay, never mind. This makes a lot more sense actually.
Dude, what's the T here? Is this just a bunch of dudes doing
Gunners,
things?
straight gunners.
Straight
you got
gunners.
Roz, you got you got straight gunners.
Straight gunners. Here we go. Let's take a look. They're currently playing against Safari Legion. They should have that one under
That's
wraps.
going to be 7-0.
I believe. Taking a look at their games real quick here from today. That's getting into temper. Here we go. They 7-1 LTK eSports. 7-0 NIP Academy. That's a good little win there. 7-4 Outlast. They get beat by Easy. They take down Mafia, seems like a good win. They take down Scythe Academy big time. Don't get the shutout, though. And they take a loss to the Patrons. Okay, so we've got hashtag Team Gunners right there rocking it. Is there one more team? Well, you're the special guest here tonight. Is there a team you want to take a peek at specifically in here?
I think we looked at the top four, and that's all right to me.
The good ones?
Yep.
All right, there we go.
I mean, they're all really good gunners. Army of 5. Shoot Synergy, I'm not big fans of, so it's...
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty even. There's lots of just games going back and forth. And then it's pretty heavy up top where the dominance is, because it looks like these guys have traded their wins out around each other and losses, kind of. And then you've just got everybody else fighting for something.
Yeah. My take is Rainbow eSports, especially the Tier 3 scene, is like your NHL playoffs. Anything can happen.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely about it. So, I mean, hopefully we can take a look back into this little thing and see how everything's going. It looks like they haven't made closed. They're getting the standing for it, so we'll see how that goes. But congrats to the teams competing. Off too easy. Looks like they are in steady control of this here. So that's been our little look into the Outlast Classic Series, a Rainbow Six Siege series here, brought to you by Outlast Gaming. So, and you can check them out on X as well. And that was our little league look in here. We're still doing some other stuff. Hopefully we pick up some more leagues, and we might just end up being a rainbow covering podcast, because really, out of all the esports scenes, as toxic as Rainbow can get, there's just a lot going on. It is busy in T3.
It really is.
It is busy. There's endless content, guys, and I'm a whore for content. So,
well, something I've noticed especially with like Thunder, is that there's not a lot of like Rainbow has a tier system, but like a lot of other ones, a lot of other games don't. So it's kind of like hard to gauge what's happening in other sports.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we have made it. It is officially time for us to introduce our special guest segment. And this is where we bring a special guest on for the entire podcast, or just the segment, or pre-recorded. We're here live. This one is not pre-recorded. We've had Grim with us all night. I gotta say, Grim, it's been fantastic hanging out with you, man.
It really
Hey,
has.
thank you for having me.
No, man, it's appreciated. I love fresh takes. I love just chatting people up. So we're here. This is about you. Again, just to repeat, Grim is the owner at LTS eSports. I've got some questions to ask him. We're gonna talk. We're gonna see how it goes. So what drove you, Grim, if I may ask, into getting into operating a amateur, semi-pro, whatever you guys want to label yourselves as, esports organization? What got you started that way?
Well, what really got me started was I was originally part of a different org called Arise Esports or Arise GG.
Okay.
They have a decent following on Twitter. You can search them up. It's spelled ERISED,
Okay.
and it should be one of the first ones up there. Yeah, there you go. So I originally was a part of them, and
Okay.
because Rainbow has issues with having rosters hold together,
Right.
the issue kind of came where they didn't really have our backs or support us in like any way or understand that, hey, that the game is toxic and not a lot of people will stay around.
Mm.
And I got tired of it, so I broke off because they gave me a little bit of a situation where it's like it's either you can hold a roster or we act as a project. And I was like, you know what? Because of this kind of conundrum I'm facing, I decided I'm going to break off and start my own thing.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it happens. It seems that a lot of things go that way. So
Mhm.
to tag into that, what made you say that instead of just being a Rainbow Six team, just doing Rainbow Six things, what makes you want to branch it wider?
I like games, right? I'm a big video game guy. So,
Mm.
like, you know what? If I'm doing for Rainbow, right, why not do other games where I can also kind of expand my reach, you know?
Yeah.
Let's kind of
Yeah.
expand my horizons, see what's going on out there, be around more communities. Because I'm a big guy. I'm like, hey, there's many communities out there. I like to get along with everyone. You know, I try not to be toxic. I'm a very chilled, relaxed guy, and I want to be friends with everyone. That is my kind of mindset.
Yeah, dude. I'm absolutely about it. I gotta say, one of my favorite things back from when I was running Malevolent was just being able to watch my teams do their thing. Like that was my favorite thing, to just sit there and be like, dude, my guys are on stream. Like they're rolling it, they're streaming, they're watching the game, getting everybody in there, just having that big sort of family, just kind of like you were talking about in your streaming, having that safe, space for all your dudes, or dudettes, that are, out there gaming. So that's just fun, man. So you have something special about you. You are like Moo a long time ago. You are a owner player. What's that like?
Mhm.
Oh, well, there's ups and downs, you know. There are days where I feel like, is this really what I want to do? There's also days where it's like, yeah, I absolutely want to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's like a time where I decided, oh, let me just have a LFT draft saved up ready in case I just feel like not owning and just playing. Right. There was times like where I have that, but I am true to myself and I was like, you know what? I started this thing and I want to see it out. So I stuck with it. And yeah, I mean, as a player, a lot of mental challenges come up, especially
Oh, yeah.
after TPL quals, the first one. I had
Mhm.
the worst absolutely the worst mental spiral I've ever had in my entire life. It was bad, and I didn't enjoy it, right? But I sat down, started therapy, made sure that I was okay, and I've taken a little break from doing qualifiers, and I've just been scrimming just to make myself a little better, see how I play, just make myself as a better player. And I'm getting the X series under my belt that I cannot wait for, and I've done major quals, stuff like that. So for now, I've kind of been just hiding in a way, just to prep myself, practice, get some more experience under my belt.
I mean, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that's huge. That's a lot of big steps, and that's something that's not talked about enough in esports is mental health. That's and guys, I'm not meaning to scratch my back, but it's just me talking from my experiences, and that's why I found some of the people I found. I was able to work with a guy named Coach Keefe. He was in our system as not a rule breaking psychologist. That's not what he is. He is one, but he was never providing any psychology insights or anything, or telling him.
Yeah.
He was there for you to talk to, and he was there to help with exercises, with healthy eating, with just mental tips, or somebody who's not me, just to sit there and talk to and provide no advice. But like, mental is so big in esports, and it's not even just like mental in a game that you'll talk about. Like, it's tiring, it's exhausting, and that's definitely big to be able to take those steps and do something about it. So major props to you, man. But yeah, so do you have anything really that you're like, what's your vision for LTS? What do you want here? And I know that's a pretty open-ended question.
It is, but I do know what you're trying to ask, and that is that I want to make LTS a full-on org, like a G2, but to a different extent, right?
Mhm.
Where I expand to every game that I can, make as much money as I can, but also alongside of that, donate some of the money I make from it. And I want to eventually create something called the LTS Foundation, right?
Okay.
Which is basically to deal with people who have gone through a rough childhood or have gone through something that isn't fun, that is pretty traumatic. Because I grew up in a not so great environment, right?
Okay.
I won't dive too much into detail because it is quite heavy, and maybe if you have me on a different podcast, I might dive a little bit into it. But it is, shit happens in life, and I want to make good on what I have in my life, right? I want to help people out as much as I can and help myself out, and as well as make some money doing things that I love, which is, coincidentally, playing video games and streaming and doing stuff like that. So me personally, I like to keep my anonymity to the point where it's like, I want to be behind the scenes. I don't want to be shown. I don't want to show my face. And if LTS gets really big and become super successful, I will still be in the background hiding myself, even if I am still playing or if I'm just the owner.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's absolutely awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah.
It's not every day that you get somebody with that specific mission, behind their org. And that kind of goes back into kind of like what Regiment GG does on the end of it for the military veterans. We talked to them last week. This isn't even a shameless plug. This is a plug. Like, go check out Regiment GG as well. But yeah, that's totally awesome. And guys, that's why I'm here. That's why we're doing this podcast. Because would you ever know that? No, guys, on X, LTS eSports GG. Give them a follow. Help this come true, man. And if this podcast gets rolling and we get some of that sweet sponsorship money, excluding the $10,000 that GLYTCH isn't going to send us because they're going to say, oh, we can't do that because you said it was a shameless plug. And I'm like, nah, but you've got the emailed invoice, bro. We'll cut you some of that back when you guys go real on that. But that's totally awesome.
And me personally, once I become big enough with LTS, I would happily be okay with sponsoring you guys as well.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
Of course.
Because
but man,
like I said, I like to give back, and people that support me and that I will support, I will happily help out. No matter how small of a donation it may be or how big it will be, I'm always happy to help out. I try to, like I said, I try to be a very non-toxic person. Try to be friends with everyone. Try to mediate a lot of beef within the esports scene. I'm there to basically be the guy that anyone can talk to about their grievances, about issues that they're having, give them advice, even to the point where me saying that I don't want to show my face, the reason for it is because I don't want clout or fame to change me. I don't want people to necessarily recognize me in public for what I look like, more for I want people to enjoy me for who I am, my personality, not so much the clout fame.
Yes.
I want to remain unchanged as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely awesome. I know we shot long-term goals. Are there any like scenes that you're looking to break into next? You guys have Rainbow Six main and a Rocket League EU. Is there anything else you guys are looking at breaking into soon, or are you just kind of seeing where you
Definitely.
guys settle at right now?
Right now, I want to settle, but eventually, like I said with CB, shout out CB, of course. I want to get into the Valorant, the Call of Duty, CS2, and that's kind of like the main games, right?
Yeah.
And eventually, I'll break into like other games like League or Dota. Like just take it slow for now.
Mm-hmm. If I
Because
can
right now,
offer,
I'm-
go ahead. Sorry.
Because right now I'm just a player, right? So
Sure.
as of right now, I just want to take it as easy as I can so I don't have too much stress on myself as a player and as the owner.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
Yeah,
good
of
because
course.
it gets hard fast. Like I will applaud you for that. Being a player owner is difficult, especially like so. Let me get this one before I offer some advice here too because it's fun. Have you ever found yourself in a sticky situation as the player owner that you felt like it's like negatively impacted or caused a problem with a decision made? Has that ever come up within your time being a player owner? One of those kind of like fine line situations. If you want to get into that, if you don't want to, that's totally fine.
Sorry, I don't know if it's the phrasing that's a little bit throwing me off, but could you say the question one more time?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So like have you ever like had to make a decision like as a player owner in the team like over yourself or where someone's felt like you were doing something because they think you have all the power because you're the player owner? Have you just had any like drama like
Oh, drama. Yes, I
start
have so much.
because of you're the owner?
Yeah, I in fact do, and that is that I'm a very I'm like I don't like slurs. I curse, yes, but I don't like the N word. I don't like the F slur. I don't like any slurs that are derogatory in any way, shape, or form. Me as a
Yeah,
person of
for
color
sure.
growing up, I heard that a
Yeah,
lot
of
as a person
course.
of color. I grew up. I'm not a white person, right? But I heard a lot of messed up stuff said to me, about my skin tone. And I personally hate when someone says that. And I've had to drop players purely, even if they're like one of the best players I know, I've just dropped players purely because of the slurs they say. And sometimes they're dropping the F slur, sometimes they're dropping the N word. I just can't stand by it. I can't.
Yeah,
Like, I'll say the R word that everyone knows that cannot be said, right? But
sure.
that's kind of became part of my vocabulary because I watched, growing up as a kid, I
Mm-hmm.
watched a lot of YouTubers that said that, and it was more like free willed. However, I also do know the meaning behind the word, and I try to not say it as much. And I try to find different words for it, of course.
Of course.
But occasionally it happens, I understand. But if it's too frequent, that's when I'm going to have an issue, especially if it's like a homophobic or a racist slur. I can't do it, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like there's no need for it in the world. Like what does that do at the end of the day? Like does it just make you feel that good that you got to say it? I mean, all right, but like where does it really
Like, where does
go? Like
my question is always, why demean another human being? We're all
mhm.
made of the
Yeah.
same, we're all skin and bone. We all have the same organs. Granted, there's different blood types and all that stuff that we won't get into because, that's a whole rabbit hole in and of itself. But I'm just as human as the next guy. Just because I'm a different skin tone than the person to my right or to my left, that doesn't mean we can't get along. Like I have a lot of
Yeah.
white friends, I have a lot of Chinese friends, Japanese. Like I'm very diverse. I like to be very diverse. Because there's no need to show hate on somebody's race, skin tone, or their religious beliefs.
Yeah, it's a messed up world, and it's small steps to make it better, and it just can't turn sour and can't give up. But hopefully, one day it does get better. Will I be here to see it? Will we be here to see it? Maybe not, but hopefully one day.
Hopefully one day everything.
Hopefully,
everybody can just forget about anything else other than the fact that we're all in this crazy, messed up world
together, right? Like we gotta why put somebody down that's having a bad day? If you don't have anything positive to say, just let the homie be. Don't gotta make it worse. Like anyway, but yeah, man. So, and we talked about some challenges and some things you've had to overcome, kind of being a player owner and all that stuff. We've talked about the future and like what you want your org to be and what to get to. Talked about a little of the short term, kind of like where to next. What's been your favorite memory so far with LTS? And again, that's very open, but is there one that stands out?
I think, and in recent terms, it's the opportunity that it's kind of like, I'm being invited to play next series now. That's a thing that I didn't even think that would happen until like a year. Like, I think a year from now or 2 years from now, maybe we'd start to get invited to stuff like this. But I'm being invited to an up and coming league, which is awesome. That's great. I've made some great friends because of esports. And I've also, like my team, I see my team as a family. No matter what game they're playing, if they're playing Rocket League, if they're playing R6, Valorant, whatever, I see everyone as my family because they're the closest people to me. I trust them to be on my team. I expect them to act professionally, of course, online and, when they're streaming and stuff, but behind closed doors, if they're a little bit more open with themselves, I see them more as like a family. I want to build, basically the LTS is a family. That is my whole thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, again, shout out to you for sure for all that. I will offer a piece of advice, if you're willing to take it.
More than happy to.
Something that's easy content to branch out in gaming, and it can especially help small teams. If you have something to offer, create a package or whatever you need to do, look into a fighting game. And I've done this a little bit with Malevolent in the past.
Like Mortal Kombat, Smash.
Mortal Kombat, Tekken, anything like that. Dragon Ball Fighters. Shout out Suji for playing for me back in the day. But oh man, that brings back a story. We don't have time for it, but that brings back a story.
Are you talking about the Kansas story?
Yeah, the Wichita. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a good one. It brings back, anyways. So fighting games. It's a one-person team. They can go play in mini online tournaments, and it's free content for you to post on Twitter, to post about, to talk about, to get results from stuff, kind of like Apex, how you can do hundreds of Apex tournaments or whatever as long as they're available, and it's just free placements coming at you. Same thing with the fighting games. It's one guy. If you have a merch line, hey, we'll give you a jersey, play for us. Boom. All he's got to do is shout you guys out. He's part of you guys. He's growing with you. You're growing with him. Blah, blah, blah. It's just one fighter guy. Because you're talking about, you want to expand, but you don't want to have to worry about that, which is right there. It's very much self-policing to do that stuff. And it creates a lot of content and pushes things through for your org and helps get your name out there too.
I mean, I remember the first tournament I went to whenever I was playing Dragon Ball Fighters. I ended up actually recruiting another guy just because I was there and I was able to commune with people. We'll make like have fun with them, and talk with them, and just play games, get tips, give tips, everything. Even though I lost really bad.
I'm not going to say the org, and part of it's because their doors are closed, and another part of it is I'm not out here trying to start drama. It was a one tournament contract, a contract for one tournament. Anyway,
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Suji, do you have any questions that you want to talk to Grim about before we close the door on this segment?
Man, you've covered so much. I wouldn't even know what to.
It's not. I mean,
what to
you can
say.
ask me more about myself as a person. You know, I'm
Yeah,
more than
I
happy
mean-
to ask.
I mean, do we really want to? Do we? I think that's ooh. No.
But we've taken a deep dive in, guys. This has been awesome. Do you have any closing comments or anything else you just kind of want to put out there about your journey, your team here before we get ready to slap a bow on this podcast?
I could also just say a little bit of my history with sports that got me into esports entirely.
Yeah,
like
sure.
a whole spiel
Yeah, go for
of
it.
how I got into
Top
it.
to bottom.
So, growing up, right, I was a very athletic kid. You know, I played hockey, I did boxing. You know, I was very active, right? And I think I found video games alongside of it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty fun, right? And I can see myself enjoying it, having some time, like a little leeway, right? And then all of a sudden, 2020 happened. And that's when I like really got into the whole video game scene. And I was like, oh, esports, that's a thing. And I got into it. I was hooked onto it off the rip, and that's kind of how I started.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean,
So
I didn't even
I
think
have
about that.
Yeah, I have a very competitive attitude, right? And
Same.
when I shit talk, I don't mean it. Of course, it's the competitive nature. I play AAA hockey. You know, it's kind of like the standard, right? You know, you talk shit on the ice, you know, which for most American kids, I know they don't really play. I'd heavily recommend getting into hockey. It's very fun. And yeah, that's kind of how I started. I was originally just a hockey player and a boxer. And then all of a sudden, COVID happened. I got into esports, and that's kind of been my story since then. And I'm now currently in college, still doing esports.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
I didn't even think about that there could be a correlation from the Rona era shutting everything down, turning athletes into e-athletes. That's crazy. That's cool.
Yeah, I know. It's quite interesting because not a lot of people kind of like realize that, hey, COVID happened, stuff shut down, we weren't able to do a lot of things. Next thing you know, esports, a lot of a lot of hockey players, teenagers growing up, they found esports, they found it interesting, we got into it. So I'm part of like the sport player transitioning to esport player era of esports.
Yeah, I mean, hey, and you know what's cool about esports is it's for everybody. You know, there's a place. There's, you know, if you don't think of it tiers, there's always a place for you to go in esports if you want to be a part of an esport team. And if you can't find anybody, start your own. Like, you don't have to be a big org. You can just get some buddies together. Back how, Malevolent started back in the day. It was just 5-6 IRLs that said, hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
And, it's fun. So no matter what, esports is for everybody, no matter your skill level or anything, just start something. Don't be afraid. Who knows what it could go. But Grim, absolutely awesome story, awesome goals. Thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you for having me and inviting me in the first place. Now, again, like I said,
Of course.
if you asked me a year ago, right now, if I would be doing this stuff, I'd probably say no. But that's because I didn't know any better. And now I'm here talking to amazing people and having the opportunity to do that. So again, I thank you guys for doing this.
No, absolutely. Guys, we normally have some segments at the end, but these are the episodes now. We're going to be sprinkling segments in and out at you, except the segment that Suji lives for and the segment
Yes.
that I live for, not the podcast anymore. It's that specific Reddit segment. Everything else is going to get sprinkled in. And then, of course, the other regular podcast segments, but outside of that, we'll sprinkle in some stuff here and there for you guys. We're still working on some guest things. So next week we may not have a guest. We're never going to confirm any guests before, even though we're rocking a schedule. So, we may not have one next week. If not, we'll just have a longer segment out, planned out. We'll always get you guys some content.
Yes.
But we covered a lot today. We had some awesome discussions. We got real about mental health and esports. It was a blast tonight, guys. Now, please, guys, just to close again, I know we said this earlier. Listen to us both on YouTube and Spotify, guys. If you're over to YouTube, YouTube is butts. They won't let us post links. I wish I could just drop a hyperlink that says Spotify, and then you click that, and then you drag yourself right on over, and then just drag that finger on, listen to like the last minute of it again, and then boom, you're done. You've shared that with us. It is that way on Spotify. We do have it. So go ahead and go to Spotify first, drag your finger, then click the link right to YouTube. And if you want to watch it on YouTube, do that. Follow us on the socials. And guys, please, the one request we have, tell a friend. Just send that link to a friend. Post it in
A
Discord.
single friend.
Like, that's all.
Oh,
Just-
trust me, I am sharing the shit out of this podcast when this gets released.
I don't know. Do you know somebody on the podcast? Is that why you're sharing it? That's weird.
Well, I don't know. Could be the fact.
That's crazy.
It's
wild.
I don't know. Who knows?
But guys, it's been a blast. I think it is that dreaded time again. Hopefully we have no issues getting this out to you on time again. New episodes Friday, guys. Thank you all so much for listening. Every little bit of your support matters. GLYTCH, check your email. I just confirmed with my secretary that, yep, it's all good. It's been sent, so you can't lie to me. We're going to hunt you down.
Hi, I'm the secretary.
So thank you guys again for listening. It's been a blast as always, Suji, and this time Grim.
Yes.
Please tune in next week to see who will be on the rise. We will see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.